Welcome to Trips Awakening. You subscribe to the truth, one within the universe, and universe is inside me. Greetings, earthlings, and my loved ones. It would be an honor if y'all would join me. Now, I want this video to basically make y'all think for yourself and stop following these creatures' system. All right. I said like 2 or 3 years ago, around this year or time, a lot of stuff is basically going to get exposed. And everything is getting exposed, like I said. All right. I talked about a lot of things. So if this is your first time checking out my channel, make sure you check out what I'm saying. I'm sharing my frequency, and I speak my opinion and get my thoughts on certain things. So, what I basically want to talk about, all right, I may get ready to do this, talk about the 501c3 corporation preachers and none of that, the politicians and stuff, because I already talked about that. Just go check out my videos. What I want to put out there is this conscious thing, this conscious mess. Now, I talked about a long time ago, I did a video talking about Polite. Yeah, I ended up taking the video down because, I was like, I'm not going to use his name and put it in my title, you know what I'm saying? Because certain things are attached to certain names, for one. And I was like, I don't care about the views. I always said if I could just reach out and share my frequency with 1 or 2 or 3, I'm cool with that. 4, it doesn't matter. I'm cool with that. All over the world, I want people to feel and connect with me. And I end up taking the video down because I said he was going to expose himself. Although he sent his little clowns over to my channel, and I shut that shit down. But y'all giving y'all's focus and your frequency and your energy to all of this stuff that was already created to keep y'all distracted. Y'all focus on him. A lot of people is upset because I guess he's with the Caucasian. And half of these so-called pro-black melanated people that's always talking all this mess, they either work for these creatures or they trying to get their foot in the door. And half of them sleep with Caucasians. And that's their business. I always said whoever sleeps with who, that's their business. I don't care what shade. That's their business. I don't care. That's them. But a lot of y'all making a big deal out of it. And the same creatures and some of these hybrids out here, some of these lizard people, they all work together. It doesn't matter what shades. They come in all different shapes and sizes. So yes, all of them work together. And there's nothing but names and titles. The world leaders, the KKK, Christians, Muslims, Jehovah's Witness, Mormons, NAACP, Black Lives or White Lives Matter. Shriners, Zionists, Freemasons, Moors, witches, witchcraft, God, Jesus, Buddha, Allah. There's nothing but names and titles with something attached to it. And which, by the way, what I name off, it's nothing but names and titles, like I said. But straight up, y'all carrying on this frequency that this system created, and y'all get upset over small things. And that's all shades in this corporation company. Y'all get mad. Y'all get into y'all's feelings. You know what I'm saying? And y'all actually follow these clowns and they recycle the same old reptilian piss, reptilian shit. All of them do the same thing, talk about the same stuff over and over and over. Nobody's not talking about real issues like I talk about real issues, and to switch it up to many different types of styles. They stay on that one thing. They want y'all to go backwards. Like I said before, many times they want y'all to go backwards. This history or his story that they created, that's basically a bunch of mess. You know what I'm saying? And then you got, females like China Fox arguing with this Caucasian chick. I can't think of her name. I'll be seeing this stuff on my timeline. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of these earthlings be doing certain things just to get attention. You know what I'm saying? Just to get attention. And half of them, well, shit, all of them, they confused and don't even know who they are. And y'all following the distractions and they confuse their damn self. And y'all follow people like Young Pharaoh and Nature Boy. And I'm not promoting none of these idiots because some of y'all, like basically already know who they are because y'all didn't already check their channel out. Some of y'all follow, Umar, Tariq, Brother Polite, Sister Polite, whatever you want to call them. And y'all keep on following them if you like. That's y'all. That's y'all's business. But let's see how far you get with it. See where you could go with it. Because there's no such thing as black and white money because it's nothing but colors. And there ain't no such thing as that's y'all's money because none of y'all own stuff. And that goes for the Caucasian and the melanated people. It's these creatures and these people that's controlling the economics and the money system. They look down on all shades. So, the Federal Reserve note, like I said before, that's controlling y'all frequency. So y'all take on this racism frequency. And a lot of y'all just do it just to get attention, especially, melanated people. You know what I'm saying? Y'all always saying, I'm black, and I'm melanated, I'm proud of this and that. You know what I'm saying? And then you don't really see other shades doing that. Saying, hey, I'm white. Hey, I'm Asian. I'm proud of my Asian, or I'm proud of being a Mexican or Spanish. You know what I'm saying? Or Samoan. You get what I'm saying? So it's like they control y'all's frequency because y'all looking up to a lot of things that they created, all these different certain colors and different vibrations and stuff to control y'all's frequency. All right, so it's up to y'all if y'all want to continue to fool with this mess. Because I'm gonna tell y'all right now, all shades, like can be positive or negative. And I actually went to this country town. It was like me, spiritually free, and her mom and dad, they was cool with some Caucasians. They call themselves rednecks. That's what they call. I don't really like using that term. And I don't like using the N-word and stuff like that. But they call themselves rednecks. They admit, say, hey, yeah, I'm a redneck. And they actually treated me like family. They actually treated me like family. And it wasn't fake, because I could tell when people's fake. And like, especially Free's mom and dad basically been friends with them for years. And I was talking to, because they got a big family, and I was actually sitting down talking to, one of the ladies, one of the earthlings, like she's the other shade, Caucasian. And we was talking, and she said that she would pick Spiritually Free's family over some of her family members. And this came out of her mouth. And she said, basically how some families be on some other stuff. And I said, hey, I'm already hip to all of that. I already know pretty much about that. We sit there and talk. We had a great time. You know what I'm saying? And like, they know how to hunt. You know what I'm saying? They know how, for them to be Caucasians, they could throw down in the kitchen. Shout out to some of the Caucasians that call themselves rednecks. Shout out to y'all. You know what I'm saying? But they basically know how to hunt and survive. And the people in the suburbs and the earthlings they call it the hood, but it's actually the community. They wouldn't know how to survive because they basically been dependent on these corporations. You know what I'm saying? Some of these people that y'all call rednecks, they can survive. And I know I can. You know what I'm saying? Because I was basically already trained at an early age how to survive. At an early age. And I'm connected with certain other things in the spiritual world in different dimensions. But they know how to survive, but I bet y'all can't. Y'all focus on, my blackness and my black power, this and that, which that was created by the system, and y'all call each other coons, niggas, and a lot of this stuff that's entertainment on the television, this Saturn box that y'all look up to. You know what I'm saying? Like, trained you and your loved ones for decades. Now, and it's funny how some people be like, oh, this white boy trying to act white. Or this black dude, or this sister, or, you know what I'm saying? Or they trying to be white, or they trying to be black. There's no such thing because they created all these images. So there's basically no such thing as somebody trying to be white and this and that. You know what I'm saying? Although everything came from a melanated feminine energy. Okay, everything was created. If you want to talk about flesh and blood, that's basically created by the melanated feminine energy of all shades. You know what I'm saying? Some people laugh at when these Caucasians say, hey, I got black in me. Well, shit, they not lying. They just, they know, you know what I'm saying? And I done ate with some Asians, although a couple of things I didn't understand, but I understand what they was getting at and saying and stuff, because some of them couldn't speak good English. You know what I'm saying? I actually ate dinner with them, and it was cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm even friends with them on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? I did chill with some Mexicans. Mexicans showed me love. You know what I'm saying? And y'all stuck on, and this is like the ones the certain ones in certain communities. You know what I'm saying? Y'all like the Caucasians. You know what I'm saying? That's on that negative stuff, that mental crazy stuff, because there ain't no such thing as racism. You got mental problems if you basically stuck on somebody's color. You know what I'm saying? And that goes for the melanated people. You know what I'm saying? They don't want nobody to get together and stuff. And I actually sit down and ate with some of these people, some of these earthlings. And, and like I said, they know how to survive through the woods and all of that stuff. And some of these rich kids in the suburb, it doesn't matter what color. You know what I'm saying? Y'all wouldn't be able to survive. And some of you melanated people wouldn't be able to survive. They know how to hunt down deers and different other things and stuff like that in these country towns. And I actually love the country. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had a great time, because I live in the city. Like in the country, I was able to sit there and think of a lot of things and stuff like that. But it's like y'all more focused on the wrong things instead of focusing on getting information from yourself and connecting with your loved ones, teaching them. You know what I'm saying? Because I already talked about the public school system. It's a bunch of mess. It's nothing but teaching your children witchcraft and how to work for them. Then teaching them what's really going on behind the closed doors, behind the curtains, or behind door number 3. You They're not talking about that, so, and I'll put out videos, you know what I'm saying? And I want to put this out there, you know what I'm saying? They so into bringing all that racism frequency, ancient frequency and 60s and all of that. You know what I'm saying? It's basically, like I said, a repeat. You know what I'm saying? And they just taking souls and energy. And let's talk about this. I don't like really talking about celebrities, but hey, we're going to talk about it. Like I was talking about this. Go check this video out that I put out there, because I basically kind of broke down. Well, I broke down the games, how they're fake, they're staged, and how they control y'all's frequency. Okay, and I talked about Floyd Mayweather's, and this was like 2 or 3 months ago. And Conor McGregor, I said basically Floyd's gonna lose because they don't want nobody to be undefeated, and that's real. And so he's going to take a loss. What's going to happen is going to be a good fight. And some of these fighters basically get MK Ultra. You pay attention to the referee when they touch them in a certain way or do something or say something or hit something, they'll be kind of out of it. When you see some of these boxers, they're a great fighter. And I don't mean to get off topic, but I had to throw this in there. They're a great fighter. And then when they get knocked out, they look confused, like, where the fuck am I at? What just happened? You know what I'm saying? They are under a hypnotic spell. So right now, they're making it into a race thing. And I put that out there. I told y'all, I said, y'all watch. They're going to turn this shit into a race thing. That Floyd saying that Conor McGregor stole this blueprint. And, they making a big deal saying, oh, he called him a boy. And then Floyd Mayweather was basically saying this country's still racist. It ain't racist. These people got mental fucking problems over a skin color. And y'all bug out over a skin color and get mad at and get in people's business, worried about what these celebrities and some of these con artists that's preachers and in the conscious community. Y'all get upset over that. Over stuff because you was programmed and taught that mess. And y'all think that's cool. None of that stuff, what they're doing, is going to get you nowhere. And then you got another so-called fake conscious brother trying to be a fucking rapper. You know what I'm saying? He went from Black Power to trying to be on some different type of shit. Now he's trying to be a rapper. Like I said, it's up to y'all what y'all want to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, all shades are not bad, and that's just real. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, you got your negative and you got your positive. And I actually got to hang out with different shades. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's not what y'all think it is. Y'all getting y'all's frequency controlled by the media, because the media is controlling y'all's frequencies. And these celebrities, they don't mean you no good. They could care less about y'all. These people in the conscious community, they could care less. They don't give a damn about y'all. Y'all ain't doing nothing but feeding their bloodline. And they teaching y'all how to hate and be disconnected with y'all. So you feeding their families, y'all putting them up. You know what I'm saying? And then, like I said before, y'all the currency. You know what I'm saying? Y'all basically got robbed when y'all came out that portal. You know what I'm saying? Y'all talking about, oh, such got all of this and that money. You know what I'm saying? That's a bunch of crap. You know what I'm saying? Y'all worth more than that. You're energy. You're the currency. You know what I'm saying? But they stripped that from y'all and giving y'all worshiping these celebrities and stuff like the man-made word God or goddess or whatever y'all want to call it. All of that shit is just made up. When y'all going to start thinking for yourself? When y'all gonna start getting it together and see all of this stuff? It's not a coincidence, y'all. All of this stuff is a stage, and it's a repeat. Some of y'all not gonna get it. If I was like to do a video, say, oh, I hate Caucasians, or I hate this and I hate that, or talk about these stupid celebrities. Oh, y'all can relate. Y'all can relate then. You know what I'm saying? But when I speak about real issues, you know what I'm saying? Because they don't talk about real issues. I'll talk about certain things, you know what I'm saying, that's really going on. around the whole world. You know what I'm saying? I talk about everything on my channel. And I share my frequency, and it's from the heart. You know what I'm saying? And y'all so negative. You know what I'm saying? And y'all support that. You know what I'm saying? I listen to all shades of music. You know what I'm saying? Like, I listen to Max Frost, Kings of Leon, and I listen to some Earth, Wind, and Fire, you know what I'm saying? And Billy Joe. I listen to like it all, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I listen to, you know what I'm saying? Ain't no such thing like this black and white music, because they created this crap to keep y'all distracted. What? Did somebody say something?